My name is Jonathan Parks, and welcome to Jonathan's Nature Crafts. Well, for the moment we're in, I decided I could come on and kind of get a little bit more work done into these little butternut golden retriever pups. And you see that there's probably been quite a few steps we went over the last time, and as of now, maybe, just maybe, come along here, remove a little from along the ear to make it kind of equal on both sides, and kind of like I'd say do a little something similar with this other one as well. I'll tell you, when it comes down to it, we can kind of shave in a little bit to make off the nose and come down with a little bit of ways to thin down a little muzzle as well. And with what we have in mind and in thought and in word, there's just things we're kind of working on here to kind of narrow things to a good little freaking point of a sense of work that is coming right our way. So I say, with what else we come across, we'll kind of make the same little cuts around the top of the muzzle of this one to kind of curve and narrow and get a little bit down to this little face, and come along right to this other side too. And I'll tell you all that for what kind of work is being done here, we are going to kind of chisel along this little place here. I say we can kind of take a little things up at the top as well, kind of remove things along where we're going to have just a nice little place in the dog that is going to have just good little sense to figure us out, and not by all knowledge will we know how it's going to be when it comes out in the end, but this is just one of those places where we take this little cut and make it just where it's going to be fine dandy work to come out of a fine piece we work right with. And then again, for the things we've taken, we can come along here, kind of chip along the little corner of the paw just like this, and kind of get a little place in here just to make a little chip out of something, and come down to where we're coming to the top of the paw as well, and make it so it's going to be just a fine work to have when it comes down to it in the end. Maybe, just maybe, I say, for these little places in here, we can kind of chip something right out of there and get a little place in where we kind of want the little corner of the belly to be right below the paw, and come along here, make it on this one as well. Keep it a little bit separate from that extra cut we made to keep the leg in place. And with this one as well, kind of take it along here, make it so it's just going to be just a good little bit of awesome work to tell us about what we're going to see when we major down to the good little piece that comes right in for this little project. I say come down to where we're getting a little bit of extra work right in to make a little narrow spot that goes straight on to the leg. So I say for now, kind of chip along here on the paw as well, bottom of the paw that is, and kind of just get a little bit to kind of get a little motion in place and kind of see what we're going to have come down to a fine little work of art in the end. So it's a good thing we kind of got this place done here along the side of the leg. Try to get the little bit of space come in where we can move it along and say that this little puppy on a string is going to have a good little way with us, and see how this is just motionlessly the best way we come about a fine little piece. So now we're coming down to where we're making the belly out, and you'll see there's little salt marks on the belly. Kind of get rid of those as well. It will come a time when we'll be doing the same thing with the other one as well, and getting a little kind of fine piece right into it. And just so you know, kind of take it where we just want it to be in the fine little motion that we got for it here, and kind of make it so we're going to see fine dandy little awesome kinds of works to where it's just kind of motionless and even interesting things to come down with a little bit of extra time and effort that goes right into the workpiece. So there's been other things we've seen here where we're going to kind of come along, remove a little wood from the foot as well, and kind of take in whatever we have left to kind of show what good little art has come right our way. So with this, I say we've come to the puppy place and kind of made it along with this one as well. We do see the belly kind of got a little flatter on one than it did on the other, so don't know how all that is going to work. And with all these things set in mind, it's just kind of a joy to carve and have a little faith in what we do. And I say that sometimes you kind of have to look over a piece, decide what your next step will be, but come to think of it, kind of chipping off the corners of the feet here as well. Take them on here and remove them along this area here. Kind of try to get things in mind with all the best things we have. I say one thing for sure, just kind of with a little chipping to be done here. It's probably central at this point because there's a place where the saw kind of made a cutting to the front feet, and little things just got to be gotten rid of here just to kind of make it so it's going to be finer work. And just to make them equal out, it wouldn't hurt to kind of do the same little work on this one as well, just to kind of try to get them similar enough to each other to be in just a good enough shape for what they are and what they ought to be. So finally, this is just the things that we're doing to kind of measure our life up, kind of take along here where we move along the back of the paw, and I say just kind of get another little line removed in there, and just say that this is just the awesome kind of work that we can make of a piece. I'll say there comes a time when you can kind of maybe, just maybe, take the gouge and separate the two front feet, kind of try to make a little Y in here, or maybe make a V across the tops of the arms to come into a place where you have the little area for the chest, and come down to where we're going to try to put a little bit of the same little mark in this little daggum space as well. Kind of move along, get the little places where we see a Y or a V, and kind of make it along to where we're just going to try to get things moving here. I say with what we're doing now, it's just going to be finer work to get us down to where we're having quite the piece to work in our will. It's just finally a place where the retriever can make its way as a little puppy dog to us. And, you know, and when it comes to all the songs we hear about dogs, it's going to be fine as dandy as it can be. So, with lines coming on along here, we're moving to the side. We got little places just to kind of work a little magic in here, and say that the fine little artsy work is just finally getting to the point where in a day or two it's just about going to be done. And with the industry in mind, we can make a lot of things go good and smooth. So here we got this much done. I can probably say we can go under the forepaws now, just like this, where I just made that mark there. We can go underside of it as this one as well, and just say that these little marks are just going to be whatever we come to work with here. And so finally, just don't make too much mess as far as just what we do. And then with this little thing in order, we kind of got to get the paws just like this, where they're going to be right in the good little shape they are, and good little work shall measure just like this. And with little things happening, we'll take things along to the next level as well. Try to find ways to work the immeasurable deeds that we're going to need as we work our dadgum ways along. So I say, kind of making little cuts in here, and that's how it comes with the paws now after they're all done out. There's probably going to be other steps we're going to take as we move along, but just to keep this video short, that's all we're going to do. Hope you all have a blessed evening or day, whatever it is for you, and I will say that I'll be back to show much more in the future, and I hope you all will take care, and I wish you all the best. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to this channel. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.